Don't self-publish a coloring book on Amazon until you watch this video. If you want to know what tools I use to speed up the publishing process, I'm going to be sharing with you the top 5 tools I use for self-publishing my Amazon KDP coloring books. If you're new here, I'm Latoya Nicole, and I teach entrepreneurs just like you how to establish and expand your author brand through my entrepreneurship program at Book Bag University. If you like this type of content, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe so that I know to keep putting out more content like this. So let's get into it. Tool number 1 is Midjourney. And Midjourney is a tool that you can use to create AI artwork. Let's take a look. So Midjourney can absolutely speed up the coloring book creation process in that it is an AI generator, and I use it to create my coloring book covers as well as some of the interior coloring book pages for my books. Now, if you follow this channel, you probably know that when I first started generating coloring books, I always hired an illustrator, and she would go in and do a rough draft for me of different coloring pages that I wanted to create. And I love it because it's original artwork. The only thing is that the process can take a few weeks for you to go from idea to creation. But with Midjourney, all you would need to do is to type in the specific prompt you want. Like, for example, for this coloring page, I use black and white. Thick lines, black girl with 2 afro puffs, blowing bubbles with her mom. African-American kids playing in the park, kids friendly, smile, happiness, coloring book page. So it's as simple as knowing what you want to create and knowing how to play with the prompts to get some of the designs that you're looking for, and then generating your image and then saving the image. And when you're using AI, you can easily generate a coloring book in 1 day or less. Tool number 2 is Canva. Now, y'all already know Canva is like my BFF. I literally use Canva for everything, from creating checklists for my freebies to making my ebook, and of course, putting my actual coloring book together. Now, when I first started publishing my coloring books, I used the free plan of Canva, and it was just fine. I used it for years, loved it, never had a problem with it. You get all of these features that you see under here with the free plan. And of course, you can change this from yearly to monthly so that you can see what the rates would be. But one of the main reasons that I upgraded to Canva Pro, which is just $15 a month, is because you're able to remove backgrounds. Now, let's say you wanted to create a cover for your coloring book and you have uploaded an image from Midjourney that you saved. So you see here how the cover image has its own background to it, which is like that brown color. Let's say you wanted to remove the background. So you would go to the background remover. This is one of the main reasons I actually upgraded, because I wanted to be able to remove the background and then make the background color any color I wanted it to be. For example, if I wanted to make it blue and then, fill up the image, or if I wanted to make it part of my brand colors, if I'm doing a series of books, if I wanted all the books to have the same type of theme or the same type of background, then removing the background is so helpful because you can put whatever color you want there. Something else I use Canva for is, let's say I have generated a coloring page using Midjourney, and now I want to add text to it. So let's say I go in and I want to add the text wedding day on this page, and I want to make it so that the customer can color this as part of the image as well. So then I'll go to effects and I'll click on hollow, and you see how that makes that into a colorable image as well. So I love that feature too with my coloring books, because sometimes I do add inspirational quotes or words depending on the theme of the coloring book or the vibe I want the coloring book to have. Number 3 is the self-publishing planner. Now, this is a planner that I put together because this is something that I wish I had when I first started publishing coloring books. And it's basically a planner where you can keep everything organized in one place. So let me show you a flip through of the inside. Look, so for example, I have a checklist where you're brainstorming your book ideas, hiring an illustrator if that's what you may choose to do for maybe your cover or something like that, brainstorm your outline, research your illustration, making sure your book is formatted, like I said, through Canva. And then I even provide additional resources that you would need. Then we go through the research process, looking to see if there are any other books out there like this. What's missing from what's already on Amazon that's currently selling. I have additional space for notes. And then I literally tell you what you should do for each step. And then we have the publishing process. We have another checklist for that, making sure you have everything, account login detail. Listen, and the reason I put this is because we have so many passwords, y'all, that sometimes it's hard to keep up with everything. So I was like, I'm going to put a password section inside of this planner so that you could keep up with that, because that is something that I would have loved. And then of course, this is going to be all of the book detail information that you're going to need when you go to upload and publish your book on Amazon's platform. It even goes into your keywords and your categories that you're going to need to choose. So this is a really helpful tool that guides you through creating your coloring book. And this is only available at Book Bag University. I have two options. You can get the paperback option and have it mailed to you so that you can have the physical version. I also have a download option available as well, where you can get it immediately sent to your email address. And I'll leave the link in the description below. All right, so tool number 4 is Fiverr. Fiverr is your go-to if putting your book together yourself is too much of a challenge or you need help with things like your cover. Fiverr lets you outsource tasks. So you can do a search for coloring books, for example, and then you'll get a chance to see some of the people who create coloring books on KDP, like this person here. It says, I will make kids or adult coloring pages, custom interior for your KDP coloring book business. So one of the things that I like to look at, if I will be hiring someone on Fiverr, I like to look at the reviews. So I like to go through and see how many 1-star reviews they got, what is their rating, and just see if there are any images that are under any of the other reviews, just so you can see what type of work that they're doing, just to make sure they're legit and you're not going to be getting replicas of the same coloring pages. I would even send them a type of image that I want and ask them to do a test image and say, hey, I like this type of style. Can you do a test image showing me this type of coloring page? And then ask them to draw it so that you can kind of gauge it from there to see, nah, they ain't really right. Or yeah, they seem like the perfect person. One of the things I've used Fiverr for in the past is to help one of my clients create cover work for their coloring book. So this is a guy that we actually used in the past, and we actually like the end result of that book cover. I'll leave his link below if this is someone you're interested in getting your book cover done. But yeah, you can use Fiverr for any type of freelance work for your coloring book pages, depending on what style you're looking for. And tool number 5 is AMZ Expander. This is a free tool that you can download using a Chrome extension. So AMZ Expander is a search tool that I use when I am doing a search for specific types of coloring books. So as you can see, as I'm typing in the word coloring books, I get a list of what's called keywords that populate. And this is using the AMZ Expander tool. It is a Google Chrome tool and it is free to use, but it's so helpful because when you're doing a search, this can tell you if people have already been searching for the type of book you're trying to create. So if you're trying to create a coloring book for kids ages 4 to 8, then as you're searching, if this pops up like it did, that means other people are already searching for this type of book. This can be a tool used to tell you if a certain book is in demand. Now, usually once I type it in and I click on it, I like to go here so that I can see how many results it is. This says 20,000. This is something that clearly people are searching for. If it has this many results, that means it is this many types of books in this category. This is going to be a highly competitive niche to make a coloring book in. So you want to get the results down. So you may want to do something like animal coloring book. And you see how that dropped the results down to about 8,000. 8,000 is still pretty high, but you can keep playing with it and just niching down so that you can kind of see, okay, this is a category that other people are searching for, but yet I do still have a chance of my book selling because it's not so many results that my book would get drowned. Because of course, when you publish a book, one of your main goals is going to be to get on the first page when you're using those keywords. Another reason I love using AMZ Keyword Expander because this list is also keywords that you can use in your back end when you are getting ready to publish your book. For example, a keyword might be coloring book for kids. Another keyword might be coloring books for girls. Whatever your niche is, you just search for keywords that are similar to that type of style. If you're trying to do a coloring book for teens, that's a keyword, teen coloring books. So it's really helpful with giving you suggestions to get discovered on Amazon. All right, and I could not leave without giving y'all a little bonus. So ChatGPT is going to be so helpful in your process. Because let's say you want to create an inspirational coloring book, and you know your coloring book is going to have like 25 inspirational quotes. You could come to ChatGPT and say, I'm creating a self-care inspirational coloring book. Can you give me 25 empowerment quotes? And this can help you speed up the process because it actually gives you quotes that you could potentially use inside of your book. Now, just me personally, I do not use quotes word for word. I usually will change them up a little bit, but this still gives you ideas that you can use to gauge what type of quotes you may want to enter into your book. I also use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas of what type of images I can include in my book. So for example, nature scenes is again positive affirmations, floral designs, animals. It can really help you in the brainstorming process so that then you can use your publishing planner to start jotting down your notes or activities that you'll want to include inside of your coloring book. Now leave a comment letting me know if this was helpful and also where you are in the publishing process. If you're interested in publishing your coloring book using AI, you should definitely consider enrolling in my coloring book course at Book Bag University. I teach the step-by-step process, taking a deep dive on how to use each and every one of these tools that I mentioned here. All the information will be linked in the description below, and thank you so much for liking and subscribing to my channel. If you want to know exactly what I would do if I started publishing on Amazon KDP in 2024, watch this video next. Until next time, bye-bye.